God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. For our Board of Selectmen tonight, we have myself, Dylan Dumont, Heidi Jacoby, Zen Vergaropoulos, Kimberly Allen, and Bob Gesford are excused. For staff, Town Administrator Roy Sorensen, Police Chief Dave Kao, Police Captain Patrick McStravick, Police Lieutenant Alan Marcotte, and other members of the Hudson Police Department. IT Director Doug Bosteels, Development Services Director Elvis Deem, I don't see him currently. Town Treasurer Barbara Booley, School Board Liaison Heather Cook, and the Executive Assistant Lori Weisgarber. We are going to go a little out of order. We're going to hear recognitions first because we have a full room for that. So first up, we have Lieutenant Alan Marcotte, 20 years of service, and I will recognize the Chief Kao.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'll have a seat.
All right. Pretty long proclamation, so.
There you go, yeah.
We need it into the microphone.
So obviously we wanted to recognize Lieutenant Marcotte's dedication, so we wanted to bring him here to just talk a little bit about him. He was kind enough to bring his parents as well as his wife Melissa and his 4 boys, Noah, Brady, Jackson, and Carter. So they're here to celebrate this with him as well. All right. Stand by, it's kind of long. So honoring 20 years of service for Lieutenant Marcotte, Lieutenant Alan Marcotte began his distinguished law enforcement career with the Hudson Police Department on July 16, 2006, embarking on a career defined by professionalism, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to serving the citizens of Hudson. And Lieutenant Marcotte graduated from the 137th New Hampshire Police Academy and earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in Criminal Justice from Chaminade University of Honolulu, demonstrating his commitment to professional development and excellence in law enforcement. And throughout his 20 years of dedicated service, Lieutenant Marcotte has consistently demonstrated integrity, dependability, and professionalism while serving the Hudson Police Department with distinction, earning the respect of his fellow officers, supervisors, and the community. Lieutenant Marcotte was promoted to the rank of Sergeant on October 27, 2021, where he assumed leadership of the Support Services Division, overseeing many of the department's essential administrative and operational functions while ensuring the continued efficiency and effectiveness of departmental operations. On January 20, 2025, Lieutenant Marcotte was promoted to the rank of lieutenant, recognizing his outstanding leadership, dedication, and commitment to the Hudson Police Department. Since his promotion, he has continued to exemplify the highest standards of professionalism in law enforcement while providing exceptional leadership to the members of the department. Lieutenant Marcotte has consistently demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to community service through his long-standing support of Special Olympics New Hampshire. As a dedicated law enforcement representative, he has volunteered countless hours supporting athletes throughout the law enforcement torch run, fundraising initiatives, award ceremonies, and athletic competitions. His dedication culminated in representing New Hampshire law enforcement at the Special Olympics USA Games, where he proudly supported Team New Hampshire and served as an ambassador for the Hudson Police Department, exemplifying the department's commitment to inclusion, compassion, and service. In addition, Lieutenant Marcotte has generously volunteered his time with the Hudson Food Pantry, Salvation Army, Toys for Tots, and Fright Night, further demonstrating his unwavering commitment to serving both the community and those in need. Lieutenant Marcotte's loyalty, professionalism, work ethic, and steadfast commitment to public service have made him an invaluable member of the Hudson Police Department, and his contributions have had a lasting and positive impact on both the organization and the community it proudly serves. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the town of Hudson, New Hampshire, and the Hudson Police Department proudly recognize and honor Lieutenant Marcotte for 20 years of faithful and distinguished service and extend their sincere appreciation for his outstanding leadership, dedication, and countless contributions to the safety and well-being of the citizens of Hudson. Be it further proclaimed that we congratulate Lieutenant Marcotte on his significant milestone and express our deepest gratitude for his 20 years of exemplary service, professionalism, and continued commitment to the Hudson Police Department and the town of Hudson.
Congratulations. Thank you. Also got a nice certificate here for you, too.
Congratulations, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We gotta ask you, you're gonna have to take a picture before you walk away.
Great.
Take one picture with us before you walk away.
Okay.
Right in the center.
For the water, rat's nest up here. Yeah.
I'll cut you out, don't worry about it.
Well, awesome enough. We actually have two of these tonight, so it'll be a pleasure. Again, I will recognize Captain Patrick McStravick and recognize Chief Kale.
This one's a long one too, so sit for this one too.
Sure.
Awesome.
He knows the drill.
So just like with Lieutenant Marcotte, we obviously want to congratulate Captain McStravick on his 20 years of service to the Hudson Police Department. We have a proclamation here for you. Honoring Captain Patrick McStravick for 20 years of distinguished service to the Hudson Police Department. Whereas Captain Patrick McStravick began his distinguished law enforcement career with the Hudson Police Department on July 30th, 2006, following his honorable service in the United States Army, bringing with him a steadfast commitment to service, integrity, and leadership. Captain McStravick graduated from the 141st New Hampshire Police Academy and earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice from Granite State College, demonstrating his commitment to professional excellence and lifelong learning. And throughout his 20 years of dedicated service, Captain McStravick has served the citizens of Hudson with professionalism, courage, and unwavering dedication, earning the respect of his fellow officers, community members, and law enforcement partners. Captain McStravick was promoted to the rank of Sergeant on July 1st, 2019, where he assumed leadership of the Criminal Investigation Division, overseeing the Narcotics Unit, Task Force detectives, and all felony-level criminal investigations, ensuring thorough, professional, and effective investigative operations. In July 2021, Captain McStravick was promoted to the rank of lieutenant and assigned to the Patrol Division as shift commander, where he successfully mentored officers, promoted accountability, and provided exceptional leadership in delivering public safety services. On May 1st, 2023, Captain McStravick was promoted to the rank of captain, recognizing his exemplary leadership, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to the Hudson Police Department. Since his promotion, he has continued to serve with distinction while helping guide the department through its continued growth and commitment to excellence. Captain McStravick has consistently demonstrated a deep commitment to the Hudson Police Department beyond his daily responsibilities through his volunteer service with the American Red Cross, Salvation Army, Toys for Tots, Fright Night, Police Explorers, Honor Guard, Hudson Food Pantry, and Special Olympics, exemplifying the department's commitment to community engagement and service. Captain McStravick has further distinguished himself through his leadership as commander of the Honor Guard and Crime Scene Team, as well as his service as a member of the CHIPS Committee, continually enhancing the professionalism and capabilities of the Hudson Police Department. Captain McStravick's loyalty, integrity, dependability, and dedication have made him an invaluable member of the Hudson Police Department, and his contributions have left a lasting and positive impact on the organization and the community it serves. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the town of Hudson, New Hampshire, and the Hudson Police Department proudly recognize and honor Captain Patrick McStravick for 20 years of faithful and distinguished service, and extend their sincere appreciation for his outstanding leadership, unwavering commitment, and the countless contributions to the safety and well-being of the citizens of Hudson. Be it further proclaimed that we congratulate Captain Patrick McStravick on this significant milestone and express our deepest gratitude for his dedication, professionalism, and continued service to the Hudson Police Department and the town of Hudson.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, back to the middle. Hold up the fancy one. Thank you so much.
So one thing I want to add on that, as somebody who grew up in Hudson, I think it's extremely important to honor people who have given service, especially, their time and dedication to the town. Captain McStravick and Lieutenant Marcotte, I can remember seeing, quite frankly, as a kid and growing up through Hudson. And it's, I want to say it's truly an honor to see. No, I think it's absolutely fantastic. So I just want to say thank you very much for all the dedication. Hudson should be extremely proud of what everybody brings to the table, especially you two. So thank you. All right, we're going to go back to our regular order of business, and at this time, we're going to roll into public input. With that being said, I will turn it over to Mr. Sorensen to invite somebody on up to speak with us.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just for the members of the board as well. Tonight, we do have Julian Baldacchino. I hope I said that right, Julian. You can come on up to the table. He's going to tell us a little bit about an Eagle Scout project he wants to work on. Obviously, actually, I should say a project to acquire your Eagle Scout, I should say, right? Given that, I did meet with him and his troop master, and he's here tonight to tell us a little bit about that.
Awesome.
And what his intentions are, and how he's going to complete that.
Good afternoon. So, yeah, my name is Julian Baldacchino. A little bit about myself real quick. So I go to Alvin High School. I'm going to be a senior in high school, and I'm doing this to get my Eagle Scout finally. So the whole premise of the idea for my Eagle Scout is to make a Veterans Memorial in Freedom Fields, which is right next to the elementary school and the Alvin High School, sorry. I was hoping to do this as in just make like little stones of each branch, so have them laid out. I think there's about 6 branches, so Air Force, Army, like Space Force, Navy, Coast Guard, have them laid out in like an arrow or something, and then put like a flag in the middle, right? So I was hoping this to kind of recognize the people who served Hudson community in a way, and also just as something to add a bit more to that little area that is right now just being used as like, I know a lot of people, at least in my high school, are just using it as like a place to do burnouts and donuts with their cars. So I think if anything, it adds a little bit of integrity to that little bit of area that could be a lot prettier, So the whole premises of it was I was hoping to start in probably like as soon as I can. So between start of August or mid-August, and hopefully get it done by the start of 2027, or around that time. And then I have a good amount of people helping me out with this project so far. So I have, he's not here today because they're at like a summer camp thing. So I have Thomas Hubert, who met with him, Roy, and we talked about it a little bit, and he's going to be helping me kind of go through the whole process. And just in general, I'm trying to make it easy for the Hudson town in general too, so they don't have to worry about cleaning up too much. It's just going to be like stones. Maybe I'm going to have, I have a teacher who wants to help if she can. She said she'll do like gardening around it to make it look prettier. And just in general, just it's not too much work for the town to work on. If like over time, it's something that you have to like resupply too often, and it seems like it'd be something that it could just be done, and you guys wouldn't have to worry about it too much. I'm hoping to get, like I said, I hope to get this done by the start of 2027. I'm not completely sure if that's gonna happen. That's my goal. But yeah, so I think I did already talk to the Corey about it a little bit, just kind of gave him some info about everything that's like going on with like how to get like the footstones and everything in place. And then I've also talked to I've talked to the Boy Scouts about it, obviously. Talked to them about it, see if they wanted it, if it was a good idea for them. They said yes. And now it's really just up to you guys, see if you guys enjoy the idea or not. I think the whole cost of the project won't be too much either. I talked to the guy at the Corey. He said that for each footstone, it's only about $10, and I'm only getting 6 of them. The more expensive process would probably be getting in like a flag, because I want to be able to put a nice flag in that area. I think that's something that's more of like debatable for you guys, is having a decent sized, I'm not sure how big flag, but something that people can see and actually know that there's something there, if you know what I mean. Is there like any questions so far at all, or everything seems pretty good?
No, I think it's a terrific idea. If you have more, I'd love to hear more.
I do have a little bit more, not too much, but I'll probably end up doing, if this is alright with you guys, I might try to set up some like waivers around town, see if I can get people to volunteer help, or raise money to obviously help with the project, because I'm not sure how much like the whole thing with the flag would cost. I'm hoping it'd be cheaper, but you know, that's not really how that works. I mean, I have personal experience with my car. My car is not cheap. It's Ford, but it breaks down all the time. So, so yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that to get some flyers around, some waivers, see if people will be up for it. Maybe help put in some effort. Honestly, at most, probably like 10 people. It's really not a big project. It sounds like a big project, but it's not. But I think it's short, sweet, and simple, pretty much. It gets the job done, and it really recognizes people that should be recognized. But yeah,
Awesome. Thank you very much.
of course.
Any questions from the board members? Selectman
I do.
Gregoropoulos?
Thank you. Flag, you talking about a stone that looks like a flag or an actual flag?
Like an actual flag.
Have you thought about lighting?
I have thought a little bit about it because I've been told that by my teachers, like the one that was talking about the gardening. I'm hoping to be able to get some type of, I'm not really sure yet fully, maybe some type of, we could put like some type of like lights on the bottom of it, I don't know.
Solar.
Like a
Yeah,
solar?
solar.
Yeah, like solar lights or something.
Only reason I asked that, not to, like, not try, I
No, I
love the
get it.
project.
No, I get it, yeah.
Just as
Yeah.
parameters and rules
Yeah,
around.
and it makes it a lot.
Displaying a flag and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
being a veteran.
Yeah, exactly.
At my house, I have a flag,
Hmm.
but it's never not lit,
Yeah.
because that's how it's typically done.
Yeah, so yeah, I was talking to one of my teachers a little while back ago about it, and we were talking, so we didn't really come up with the idea, but I think most likely that solar lights would probably be the best to set up, because you can probably get smaller ones for a decent amount of money, not too much,
Yep.
which I'll be using from the fundraisers. I mean, I'm doing a car wash fundraiser at Soapy's, so be able to get the solars just planted around the flag, not like just a good amount, just to light up the flag at night, and maybe even some like around the footstones, just to really make them visible for people to see at night, and just so they're not just sitting there in the dark.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have him reach out to Jay Trudowski as well,
Okay.
so we'll work with him through the process, so
Yep.
it'll be good shape.
Excellent.
Selectman Jacoby, do you have anything?
I just want to thank you for coming up with the idea and coming to us. I think it's always important to make those spaces better and to honor our veterans and all those who serve is always a great project. And if you're working with the town administrator and DPW, I'm sure they'll find a plan for longevity and keeping it nice.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, I've always looked up to people that have served in the military. It's definitely something that people should look up to, and I think, I mean, for Christ's sake, the place is called Freedom Fields. You'd think maybe put something like veteran alike in there, you know, add something along freedom lines, if you know what I mean, something like that inside would be nice, because like I said earlier, right now it's just kind of a spot where people like mess it up and kind of throw up the ground. So it'd be nice to have something, make it look a bit prettier, and in general honor people that have fallen sadly to due to losses and stuff, and for our country. So I think it'd be nice to finally add something meaningful there.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. It sounds like you got the support of the board, and I just want to say I think it's extremely important, and you touched on it, obviously respecting, veterans, but also someone of your age coming forward willing to do that. I know working through the Eagle Scouts is huge part of that, but also I think it's just important to recognize it and taking care of a spot in your community. So thank you very much.
Of course, thank you guys so much.
Excellent,
Can't wait
thank
to
you.
see it.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
It's good to see. Can you furnish a picture when it's done? I'd love
Yeah.
to, I need to see it now.
Yeah, we'll have Justin back in once he completes it, and
Yeah.
we'll obviously commemorate that and thank him for his what he's gonna do.
Thank you.
Or do you need me to say anything else?
You're good, you're good to go.
Have a good night, thank you.
Take care, thank you.
Julian, I think I called him Jess, I meant Julian.
All right, is there anyone else in the audience that would wish to speak on any issue the board has control of at this time? If so, please step on up, state your name and address for the record. Yeah, this is it. If you want to yell at us, this is your time.
This is, yep.
This is it.
Hello, my name is Matt Allard. I live over on Gloria Ave. Kind of got a complaint about why my road's still ripped up. I got a notice back in the beginning of May, 30 days. It's been a lot longer than 30 days. I ride a motorcycle. The amount of rocks and everything on my road, absolutely dangerous for me on my motorcycle. I fall down, I don't want to send the bill to my insurance, kind of want to send a DPW. At this point, it's a little ridiculous. We're not getting straight answers on when it's going to be fixed, who's fixing it. I got a notice saying they're supposed to start paving this week, obviously understand with weather. That's not something anybody can control. But then I'm finding out they're not paving, they're just ripping up more of my road, making it more unsafe and unsightly. Like I pay a lot of money in taxes and everything. I get sometimes things take a little bit, but the fact that we're not being informed of what's going on to where we can understand, we're just calling around and playing phone tag and getting told multiple different things, I think is just ridiculous. Because, again, I would like to have a nice road to drive on, and it's, like I said, it's unsafe on a motorcycle. I gotta go 2 miles an hour down my road just because the amount of rocks are, heck, even with this heavy rain, I've had to put my truck in four-wheel drive because all the dirt. Whoever, it wasn't Hudson DPW that came out, it was some other company. They just tore up yards, left everything looking like crap. I know one day I made a heck of a rut down the road because I was stuck. I'm like, I'm stuck on what's supposed to be a paved road. And this was a month and a half into it. I know other neighbors have called and made complaints. I know he has as well, and it's just phone tag or nobody's got a straight answer. And
Communication is,
Yeah.
Mark Gibson, 3 Hayward Place. I mean, communication is probably dismal to say the least. We have been told it's going to be paved in early July. Then they call back, no, we don't actually have a date on that yet. But it's going to be torn up more. I mean, the road is absolutely disgusting. If you saw it tonight after the rain, it was a lake. I have pictures of it. And I was told there's sandbags in all the sewers because they can't take those out until they pave it because it fills with mud.
Right.
Well, it's been almost 3 months. And we're not talking a large street here. We're talking a small area.
heck, I had a drain put in my yard that I didn't even know was there. Just
Right.
came
Like-
home and there's a drain in my front yard now.
I mean, I understand there's obviously, there's weather conditions, there's stuff under the road that you're not expecting, right? There's pipes that you have no idea what they are. That's should all be built into a plan to start with. And even if you went over 50%, that's fine. Even if you went over 100%, that can happen. 300%? I mean, I drive by Nashua every day and they ripped an entire road up, put all new gas lines in, paved it, and it was done in like 3.5 weeks. And I was told that the entire budget for water drainage for the town of Hudson is $100,000. I mean, I'm in business. I would never expect a town of this size to have that small of a budget.
Selectman Verderopoulos, did you have something?
I just had a question. I caught my interest. You said a third party came in and tore up your road?
Yes.
You don't know who they were?
Whitewater.
That was when there
Oh,
was there a water main
okay.
break there?
No,
No.
they were just raising,
Oh,
Whatever,
gate
making sure-
shut-offs,
Yep.
gate boxes.
I mean, they wrecked one of our neighbors' irrigation. It's still unplugged. They cut into it.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you. That's an
Actually-
important piece for us because we want to
Yeah.
assist you where we can, but
Yeah.
we also have to find the root cause.
Yeah,
right?
no,
Right.
and
So if a
especially.
third party came up and it wasn't DPW,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think
It
that was, I
wasn't-
think that was
No,
DPW. that-
anytime I talked to the DPW workers there, if there was
They're
something
awesome.
wrong with the road, they were fantastic about trying to make it to the best of their abilities with what they had.
Yep.
Yeah.
That other company,
They don't care.
they could care less. 4 o'clock, they were gone. They were running for the hills. It could be loose sand where, heck, my dog would walk on it. You'd watch his paw sink.
Yeah.
He's not a big dog. Like that shouldn't be a road.
You know, Hayward, for example, is just a small, you know, offset street. And, you know, we got the 30-day notice. We were 45 days in, and they ripped up our road and knocked on people's doors at 6 a.m. If you didn't answer, you weren't getting out of your road that day. And that went on for 4 days.
I know right where you're talking about. I apologize, I don't have answers for
No,
you tonight.
I don't expect
But
answers.
what I would like is if you guys could give your contact information to Lori over here, we're gonna get some answers for you.
Yeah,
At-
I've
at
talked
least
to
if this
Jay.
brings up the questions of
Yep.
like, hey, what's going on here, so everybody knows.
Absolutely.
Just a date, right? Like, hey, listen, we're working on it. Here's the proposed dates.
No, that's fair.
Right, like,
Yeah.
just communication, right, would be key. Like, not knowing and getting a knock on your door at 6 a.m. that you've got to get your car out, or you're not getting out for the day. What if I was in the shower?
Like my
Or had an
wife,
emergency.
my
Right,
wife
you gotta
works
go.
from home most of the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes she has to go into office for meetings, and that could be at 10 o'clock. If she's not getting up at 6 a.m.
Sure.
I can't say everybody's getting up at 6 a.m. I'm already gone for work, but doesn't affect me. But her, if she has a meeting she has to get to at 10, and they knocked on the door, she wasn't awake, they didn't answer. Her boss isn't going to accept, oh, well, the DPW people said I can't leave.
No, that's fair. No, I think noticing communication is fair, so.
Yep.
I'd love to show you pictures of the road after it rained today.
I'll make sure to take a ride by. I know right where it is.
I mean,
and
it's
if you
drained
want,
out
you can
now.
forward them to the BOS email or forward them to Roy
I,
and he'll
I,
make
I
sure we
think
get them.
I think some staff went down there today, 'cause like
They
you said,
did.
the bags that were in the basins.
Yep.
You're trying to keep the silt out.
Yep.
But they create floods, especially when you get a flash flood event like we did today.
But I mean, that's kind of a, you know, when they first started, I asked, hey, listen, are you going to put like maybe good crushed stone down, reclaimed pavement, you know, something to hold us off?
Tighten it
I
up
was
a
told
little
there's no money for that. That was the answer. They left it the way it was. I mean, the cuts, it's nice if you have nice clean cuts, but I mean, they ripped up like half the pavement's missing all the way to the end of the street. It's just torn to shreds.
Okay. All right.
Invite everyone to take a ride down that road and see for yourself.
No, I will, because I'm curious,
Yeah.
but,
Make sure your suspension's good.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
For a little
So
ride.
I should park at the end and walk.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause mine is.
You know, like I feel bad, like one of my neighbors, they cut their driveway
Yeah.
back and they didn't put anything to reinforcement. It's all cracking and caving in now. I
Okay.
mean, you know, it's that type of like, listen, we all get that this stuff needs to happen.
Right.
You know, I ran condo boards. I understand stuff like this is inconvenient,
sure.
but you always provide a plan. Dates, here's what we're gonna be doing, and here's the dates, and just follow through with it. It's just kind of an empty story. Like, for example, they came by to drop the pavement issues, you know, planning for this week and next week. They told us that it was paving on the leaflet. However, the worker said, no, they're just grinding. They don't have a date for paving.
Yeah, I
And
think-
why put paving on there?
Right.
Right?
We'll,
Like,
we'll get you the info. I think it's gonna be reclaimed, completely regraded, and then paved.
that's right. And
Right.
that's what they said, is that's gonna take a week, and then they have no date for paving.
Okay. No, they should be able to give you a date for that. There's no reason why, so.
You know, for example, my neighbor and we're getting ready to do our driveways. We can't rip a driveway out until we understand where the street's
Yeah.
right?
Don't do
Because
that.
obviously you're gonna raise and lower the street height based on
Well, yeah, to
drainage.
Mr. Sorensen's point, there'll be some regrading, and obviously you don't want to go ahead and do
I
that.
think once they get the base pavement in, then maybe we can take a look at that.
Yeah, that's, once a base pavement's in, you understand there's an inch and a half, you know,
Yep.
right? You can kind of factor in where it's gonna be, but we can't set a date because I've heard anything to the end of September.
We'll get you the information I think you need. I think at
No,
this
we
point.
appreciate it.
I think the drainage is complete. I'm not quite sure on the whole issue of whitewater. We do control whitewater, by the way, that they're subcontractors for the town.
Okay.
So we can certainly address the issues with that.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have full control of the situation. I know obviously you folks are upset and things, but we'll try to correct as much as we
You're
can.
just frustrated, not really.
I get it,
upset.
I get it. And then it's, they're gonna reclaim the roads, there's gonna be some more dust, some more inconvenience.
It's one thing if you're coming right in after that to pave, but if there's no dates, I mean, that could be for
We'll try to
another
get you
month.
some good dates that you
Yeah.
can say, all right, and that way there you can kind of figure out what you need to do on your end.
Yep. I mean, I drive, a bunch of sports cars, and I can't even get my cars out.
Right.
Right, they've been sitting since October of last year.
No, I get it.
Need to be
You should be able to
driven,
use
they
your
need the
property.
gas out of them. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, I think it's all fair points. I will tell you, I know Mr. Sorensen's been writing notes. I have. I'm sure the other select members have. We'll get you some answers. So if you please could give your contact information to Lori,
We will.
I'd appreciate it. All right.
Greatly
Thank you guys for
And
coming
thank you
forward.
for coming
Thank you.
forward,
Yeah.
appreciate
you.
it.
No problem. We appreciate everyone's time.
Thank you. All right. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to come on up and speak? Going once, going twice. Gonna close public input at 7:46 PM. All right, next up, we're gonna roll back in. We have appointments for Benson Park Advisory Committee. I hope I don't mess up his last name, but Stephen Price-Stack, I believe is what he interviewed with us at the last meeting. I don't know if anybody had any other questions or concerns, but seemed like a solid candidate for Benson Park.
Yeah.
Anybody
I think-
willing to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to appoint Stephen Priceack to the one-member vacancy to expire April 2027 for the Benson Park Advisory Committee.
Second.
Moved by Selectman Jacoby, seconded by Selectman Vergaropoulos. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Next up, we have our consent items. Any board member wish to remove anything for separate consideration? If not, motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve consent items 6A through F.
Selectman Vergaropoulos moves the motion.
Second?
Seconded by Selectman Jacoby. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Next up is old business. We have our policy subcommittee purchasing contracts, which we need to hold another public hearing on. But I will recognize Mr. Sorensen just to give a quick brief.
All right, thank you. So this is the final step, talk about a long process. The board's well aware of what we're trying to do here. We do have it again, if you want to pull it up on the screen, we can. I don't know if there's anyone from the public who wants to speak to this, but after tonight, we will officially make these amendments to Chapter 98, purchasing contracts, obviously as governed by RSA 4114B.
Questions or comments by the board members before I open it up? All right, at this time, I'm going to open up the public hearing for the policy subcommittee purchasing contracts at 7:47 PM. Is there anyone in the audience that would wish to speak on this matter? Once, twice, three times? Not seeing anybody. I'm going to close the public hearing at 7:48 PM. All right, with that, Selectman Jacoby?
I'd like to make a motion. I move that the Board of Selectmen hereby adopt amendments to Chapter 98 Purchasing and Contracts as presented pursuant to the authority granted under RSA 4114-B, effective immediately.
Second.
Moved by Selectman Jacoby, seconded by Selectman Vergaropoulos. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. All right, next up, we have our treasurer update. I will recognize Ms. Barbara Booley.
Good evening, thanks for having me tonight. I'm here to give my second annual report for the 9 accounts that I am responsible for managing for the town of Hudson. So the first slide is all the funds that I am responsible for and their ending balances as of June 30th, 2026. The interest that was accrued on them for the fiscal year 2026, and fees that were paid on those specific accounts to citizens for the past fiscal year. I want to explain the fees. The fees ended with citizens as of December 1st, 2025, after negotiations and their response to my RFI that I sent to them. And I will give you all the update on the next slide. So the town only had to pay $5,000 in the past fiscal year for fees for the general fund, the water fund, and the sewer fund. The total interest that was accrued on the general fund and the water fund that are with Fidelity is $590,000, $405.16. And then Citizens, it's similar to the amount that was accrued for Fidelity, but it's more accounts. And the interest rate for Fidelity was consistently 3.3% all year. Citizens was running around 2.6, 2.7, again, until their response to the RFI, and then it went up to the 3.3%. So the total interest that was accrued from Fidelity and Citizens was $1,183,604.33. Any questions? Okay.
Next slide.
Can you do my accounts?
Yeah, really.
I know, I'm pretty proud of that number, actually.
You should be.
You do amazing.
Okay, so when I was here in July of last year, I updated everyone on the fact that I was doing an RFI request for information from different banks to see if I could get some better rates, et cetera, for the town. The RFI was completed in November of 2025. I sent it out to Citizens, TD Bank, and Enterprise Bank. I only received responses from Citizens and TD Bank. I know that Enterprise was in the midst of moving. Rockland Trust was taking them over, so that's probably why I didn't get a response from them. But that's fine. So after taking the RFIs and doing a comparison of fees, interest for the town money, account management, process improvements, I outlined what I found from the two that I received, and I talked to the financial director and showed her what we could do if we moved the money and the processes from Citizens to TD Bank, and we both agreed it was the right thing to do for the town to move those accounts that I manage plus our other processes to TD Bank. TD Bank offered us better tools, reporting, customer service, especially around transparency, automation, and compliance support, which compliance support is, so important, And then we'll also, just for the day-to-day processes, it will help us streamline daily deposits, lockbox processing, ACH, positive pay, and all the processing will be consolidated into one system. Today we have two systems that we have to work with. The cost savings or revenue gains to make this move, improved interest yields and no service fees at all with TD Bank. So based on the current average balances that we have, the annual interest earnings is estimated to be $1,960,000. So plus. That doesn't include the Fidelity accounts. So that's a big increase for the town. So because I usually those accounts, we're basing that off of a balance of around 50 to 58 million in all those accounts. So that's what we're basing it on because it fluctuates weekly, monthly, depending on who needs money and where it needs to go. But but that is like the lowest average that that we came up with. Unfortunately, our TD rep that I had been working with for 2 years to do all of this has moved on, but we have a great new rep for TD Bank. So I'm kind of starting a little bit from ground zero, so just to get her up to speed. So my plan is, we're gonna do the implementation in controlled phases. So like smaller accounts will move over first, and then, you know, doing daily deposits will move over, and we'll do it in controlled phases. And we plan on starting, we're working on it now, we're working on the implementation plan and the different phases. And we plan on starting after budget season, so it doesn't totally disrupt the financial department, and they don't hate me.
You got a lot going on right now. but
Yeah, a lot, so.
They love you, they don't hate you.
Oh, good. I think the implementation should take about 60 days. TD Bank does a lot of the heavy lifting, and by that I mean they do all of the background work before we even move processes or bank accounts over to them. So we're going to start with some of the smaller fund accounts and move those over, the ones that don't have any, you know, monthly transactions or anything. We'll just move those over and let them be there. And then the general account will be the general fund account will be the last account to go over, because that's where all the transaction processing is done. So, you know, we have to, it's gonna be kind of a two-phase. We're gonna have to leave some money behind, just make sure all the checks cleared and all of that. Any questions?
I think that's absolutely fantastic. To reiterate the fact that you've been doing an outstanding job is the main point here, so I just want to thank you very much for that.
Oh, thank you.
Any
My
questions or
pleasure.
comments from the board?
The ROI with everything you do is amazing to look at, so thank you.
Thanks, you're welcome.
And I just really appreciate the presentation and the responsibility you take for this community. It's just, I really appreciate it, because you take great care in what you do.
Thank you, I appreciate that, it's my pleasure.
Excellent job, Margaret,
Yeah,
as
good
always.
job.
If you ever want any updates on the whole implementation process or anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me,
Awesome,
okay?
thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we have Police Department vehicle purchase. Chief?
So instead of personnel, you're buying vehicles?
Yeah. I wanted to come test the policy change, so I figured I'd be
There it
the
is,
first one to
one.
jump up here to do this. So thank you. So obviously I'm here to look to purchase 3 new cruisers. This is what we do every year. We rotate 3 of the older cruisers out, bring 3 new cruisers in. Obviously we have to make sure that we have cruisers up and running so that we have availability so we can get to our calls. In using the new policy change, we've used MAPC for a while, but I know we've had to do waivers and stuff. This time, we still used MAPC, who does the bidding process for us, but then I spoke with the finance director. We had a discussion, and per 98-8D of the new policy, she told me that it sounded good, so she waived all that procedure and said I could go ahead with presenting this motion to buy the 3 cruisers. The one thing you will notice is that the line item in FY '27 for cruisers is $185,000. The 3 cruisers goes over that by a little bit. It's $193,893. Couple reasons for that. One of them, obviously, things keep getting more and more expensive. For us to get the base cruisers is more expensive. Outfitting them's gotten more expensive. And there was a little bit additional cost as well, because one of these cruisers will be issued to MPO Hogue and K9 Lex.
Oh.
And there's a few additional things that we have to do to those cruisers. So that's where those increases came from. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have.
Is that the one for the 63,000 and change?
I don't have the direct quote in front of me, but yes, it was the most, I think that one was actually a little more. It was the most expensive one of the 3.
Oh,
was
actually,
the K9
K9
cruiser.
car, yeah. Yeah, you got a label at the top, I just missed that. Okay.
Yeah, 63,489.
Yep. Alrighty, any questions from the board? Motions?
I'm sorry, just the one question. So the difference is coming from, or we're just going to a negative in that line item?
We'll go for a negative, and the plan will be to obviously make it up in some other part of the budget.
Okay. I just wanted the public to be clear that that's what will happen to that line item, and that this was the policy that we approved, and I think it looks great. So shall I make a motion?
You shall.
Okay. I make a motion to accept the police department's recommendation to purchase 3 police utility vehicles from McGovern Municipal HQ for the amount of $193,893. McGovern Municipal HQ was awarded the bid through MPAC, and the finance director has provided a procurement waiver as authorized by Town Code 98-8D.
Motion by Selectman Jacoby,
Second.
seconded by Selectman Vergaropoulos. The only point of discussion you touched on a little bit, I just was gonna add to that, was obviously just, for anybody to be aware, it's not additional money that will be charged. Obviously, it'll be made up within your budget. It's just the line item itself that is gonna be drawn out, so.
Correct.
Just wanted to make
Thank
that
you.
clear. All right, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Chief. and
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief.
All right, next up is the Hudson School District appropriation payment. Mr. Sorensen.
All right, this is just informational, and just bringing it because I did meet with Superintendent Moulis as well, and obviously, as we transferred some money last year, just to make sure the board understands what we do every year, is we develop whatever we believe the payment would be to the schools, and you can see the breakdown, and the schools do a lot of the breakdown. That's gonna be on page 2 of your attachment. Now, this changes once we declare the tax rate, so the payments will change a little bit after the new year, but you can see the overall amount and how we do it. The treasurer was just there, Barbara mentioning, sometimes we have to move money around because it's a large payment going to them depending on the time of the month that it goes out. Almost, it's almost $5 million. So we collect the taxes for the schools, we give it to the schools so they can operate. So basically, if there's any questions, but I think, and Ms. Cook can tell me otherwise, but I think Superintendent Moulis was gonna bring this to the school board as well, because we just feel like, just to put it out there so everyone understands how it works. So, no action needed. If there's any questions or concerns, I'd be more than happy to try to answer them.
Any questions or comments?
So
Selectman Jacoby?
I just want I want the public to be really clear. Again, from what you said, we collect the taxes, but we have to then move the money over to the
Correct.
school in a sequential way, and the school agrees to this sequence and this timing. And that's a blessing, because they can ask for it at any time.
A lump sum.
They can ask for it, that's what I wanted to get to. They can ask for it in one lump sum, but the town and the school board and the school district work really hard to make sure that it can happen on this schedule, and so that they're being able to pay their bills and we're being able to pay ours. And I just want to point that out, because I think the taxpayers need to be aware.
Simplify it for you. We're the bad guy, they get their money no matter what.
Yes. Thank you. That helps. I think
That's one way
that'll
to
help.
put it.
That helps everybody.
All right, any other questions or comments? All right, with that, we're moving on to the policy subcommittee first read considerations. Mr. Sorensen?
All right, so similar to the last meeting where we talked about some personnel policies, these are 5 policies I'm bringing forward. Some of these are all gonna be new, because we have looked at our finance policies as the members, Selectman Vergaropoulos, Selectman Jacoby can tell you, we're kinda combing through all of our policies, looking at the ones we do have, how can we update them, and the ones we don't have. We've done a lot of work on both sides, what I would say, as I mentioned earlier, personnel and finance. These are finance related. We will bring these to the committee. We're meeting next Wednesday. Is that correct? Next Wednesday or
Thursday.
Thursday? Selectman Jacoby, is it Thursday?
Sixth.
Next week?
Yeah, Thursday.
Next week.
Next week.
Yep.
There's a lot of dates going on in my head here. Anyways, and we'll have these, I think, at the next meeting. You could have as many as 10, or at least 9 anyways, to be adopted. So there's a lot of work the committee's doing right now. If there's any objections or concerns, as I mentioned, please let me know, but these would be the 5 that we would address.
I think this-
Actually, I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. Because of the way I wrote the motion, I will read them in. The 5 policies we are looking at is FIN 003, accounts payable policy. Second policy, FIN 025, abandoned/outstanding check policy. Third policy, FIN 028, record retention policy. Fourth policy, FIN 030, sale of town property. Fifth policy, FIN 031, encumbrance policy.
Thank you very much, and thank you to the policy subcommittee. I know it's a heavy lift, but obviously much needed, so. Motions, comments?
Have a motion?
Go ahead.
Move that the Board of Selectmen hereby direct the policy subcommittee for first read and review of the policies as presented and read into the record by the town administrator.
All right, moved by Selectman Bergeropoulos.
Second.
Seconded by Selectman Jacoby. Any discussion? All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Next up, we have a schedule adjustment. Mr. Sorensen.
All right, so due to the primary, state primary that's coming up, we talked about this last year when we actually approved the original schedule, looked at my notes. We weren't sure of the date yet, but we had planned on a September 8th meeting. That's obviously the day that the folks will be voting. So we'll need to push that meeting up to September 1st, which will be the week before. The other thing I didn't include on this, but we talked about, and we should probably just do a formal action on it tonight, is the second meeting in August, which is the 25th, I believe. Is that correct, Laurie? August 25th. The board was amenable to canceling that meeting, understanding that when we get into the month of September, we're probably going to have, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks of 2 to 3 meetings a week. So I do have the motion for the September movement, and if you want to take a second motion to cancel the August 25th meeting, you should do that as well.
I think that'd be appropriate, and we could word it in the same one. My only question I had is, so if we're canceling the August meeting and we're looking to move the September, is there any benefit to just canceling the September and keeping the August?
That's what I,
Does it put you in a bind as far as getting things approved or moving things along?
I'd rather do it, so I talked to staff, and we're just, the month of September is just booked. So I think to give them a break with the meeting in August, and you get a good 2 weeks where you can do what you need to do. Most of them have got a good jump start on their budgets anyways. And there's that break in there that I think is worthwhile, because don't forget, once we go through September, we move right into October, with the budget committee. So I'd rather cancel the August meeting and just hold the meeting on the 1st.
All right, and the other thing that I was gonna say was, is the September one necessary? Do you believe that it's necessary with all the other meetings that the board's gonna be having in the month?
Well, the first meeting in September was slated for a business meeting, and it wasn't budget related. Until I actually know what's coming, I can't make that decision. I think we could make that call.
Yep.
But for now, I would book it as a date, and if we want to change it, we can just cancel it at any time, so.
Sounds good. Any other questions, Selectman Jacoby?
I probably won't be available September 1st.
All right. I also heard from Selectman Guessford that he won't, so we will need to obviously confirm Selectman Allen, Selectman Bergeropoulos, but I guess to your point here tonight, we could make the change. Reserve it for now. No matter what, we can't hold a meeting on September 8th with the primary.
Right.
We all have different duties that day as well, so.
Yeah, I
we'll
just
slate it.
want to add that I was thinking the 25th like you were. Yep, the August meeting.
Okay. What we'll do is, I think, to Mr. Sorensen's point, we'll slate it. We'll have some conversation. I would suggest, obviously, everybody to talk to Mr. Sorensen, and then we can, if need be, we can bring it up at the first meeting in August.
Yeah, either that, or, I mean, you could just do the September motion that I have here on paper and just leave August out for now. Does that make sense? So it's still.
Oh, move it to the first, leave the
Still on
August.
a meeting, it'd still be a meeting, you wouldn't cancel it just yet, and then you can make the adjustment at the first August meeting.
I'm fine with either. I think that,
I think that makes
if we want
sense.
to change anything, we can always do it at the first August meeting. So if you're more comfortable with just the September for now, I think that's fine too. Is that how we're feeling?
Yeah, that's fine. Wait till we get a little closer so we can see what we got coming on the plate.
All right,
So make the motion.
go right ahead.
I would like to make a motion to approve the rescheduling of the September 8th, 2026 regular business meeting of the Board of Selectmen to September 1st, 2026 due to the state primary election.
Second?
Moved by Selectman Jacoby, seconded by Selectman Bergeropoulos. Do we have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. That takes care of our regular agenda. We'll roll into liaison reports. Selectman Bergeropoulos.
I actually don't have much. Zoning's been pretty light. Got a couple, we got one case that keeps deferring. It's not like it's their deferral because we restricted, I wouldn't say we restricted. We advised them that we probably wouldn't approve 6 units in a small parcel like that. So they're back at the drawing board working on that. But that's pretty much all that's been going on in my end.
Okay. Selectman Jacoby?
Because I wasn't at the last meeting, I did ask the HCTV for some additional information because they did that great report 2 meetings ago. But I did ask for a breakdown of I asked Mr. Director Johnson to compile the total show count for fiscal year '26. From our annual report last year, we recorded a total of 429 programs. Comparing that figure to the same time span in fiscal year '26, our total number of programs has increased by 511 programs. Because I knew the statistics were crazy. So government broadcasts, which meetings of HPD government programs were 243. That included meetings, HPD, DPW, recreation, and the fire department programming. Sports, they did 100. Community and news, 77. Arts, ceremonies, and entertainment, 46. PSAs, 18. And out of Hudson content was 27. So I just wanted people to know the importance of HCTV and how much information they continuously put out to our community. Mr. Johnson also wanted me to mention that our YouTube channel is back up and running. So I'm very excited about that. I know if you subscribe, when they post something new, it comes to my feed, and I hope it's coming to yours. What we like about having some of these things on the YouTube channel is that you as a viewer has more flexibility in how to view that content. I think you can speed it up, you can slow it down, you can cut it, all kinds of good things. So they're excited to do that as well. And they are working on the issue with streaming more than one meeting at a time. And they continue to move forward with content and also with different ways of continuing to fund HCTV. So I wanted to share that. Also, and I'm not sure that Mr. Sorensen's mentioning this, but on Saturday, Benson Park, they had their an unveiling of their historical markers for 3 of the historical buildings there, the Hazelton Barn, the kitchen and office building, and the train station. And Granite City Monuments donated the posts for those, and it was a really great event filled with a walking tour and a great deal of history as Benson Park is celebrating their centennial anniversary. Also at the Benson Park Advisory Committee meeting, there was a great discussion about the new bridge that DPW and our town has been working hard on putting the footings in for the new bridge, and that the new bridge will be arriving. And I do want to mention that during that meeting, our DPW director really presented some great hard work that they did on clearing some of the brush that was requested at the previous meeting. And if you go to Benson Park, take your time driving in, but you can see the dog park, and you can see better paths everywhere. There has been a lot of work done by DPW and also by volunteers, and some great donations of plants all around. So I just want to commend everybody. It looked great on Saturday. I know Mr. Sorensen was there as well. So that's what I have, and I just want to thank everyone for all their volunteer efforts.
Thank you very much. As far as liaison reports, pretty simple for me. I haven't had a whole lot. Obviously, I spoke about conservation at the last one, planning that I filled in at the last one as well. So since then, there hasn't been a whole lot going on there. In constant communication with Mr. Sorensen, working towards the budget. I know he gave a great budget presentation at the last meeting, and we'll continue working towards that as we get closer to budget season and all of our meetings in September. But other than that, that's where the focus is on. So that wraps it up for me. I will turn it over to Mr. Sorensen.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. So the town website, we've been I shouldn't say we, the staff's been working diligently on this, and honestly, I've kind of handed it to them. They've done a great job. In particular, Laurie, who's sitting next to me, has been working a lot of her time right now on this, and it's coming along. There's a lot that we have to do to it, some learning curves, but we'll get through it, and I think ultimately it's going to be a good product. I'm going to put it up there. She's probably going to be mad at me, but we're looking at an August 11th go-live date.
Oh, I'm putting that.
We will end up building this throughout even when we go live, we're still gonna continue to build it, all right? So that's the idea behind this. We have a lot of work to do, and some of the moving over of the information gets a little tricky, a little wonky, but we'll get through it. Hudson Fire Tower 2, we were hoping to get this in by 9/11. I'm not sure if that's gonna be the case. The chief was scheduled to go out there, and it was postponed a little bit to look at it. So this may be, I mean, if you look at the size of the vehicle, it's massive. So it's coming, it's being built, it'll be here. Just not sure exactly when that date might be, but once we do get that, we'll certainly do something for that.
What
Hudson-
what was the proposed date?
Well,
Did
we
you
were
say
hoping,
9/11?
we were hoping to have it by when we, so, yeah, because this will be the 25th year for the 9/11, so we're gonna have it down, obviously down at Benson's and everything else, but I'm not quite sure we're gonna have it by then. Because even when it comes back here, it still has to go through some outfitting. So it's a tight timeline, and that's right around the corner. Hudson PD, you can kind of see their numbers for the June 26 report. Again, very busy. National Night Out is coming up next week, and they're looking forward to that. So am I. So we'll have fun with that as we did. It was great last year, and I would anticipate it'll be great again this year as well. Recreation's been busy. I did get some of these pictures from our Director Peterson. Another, again, as far as the amount of folks, or kids, I should say, that signed up, the numbers were through the roof again. They do a great job, and they've had a great year. So I'm going to try to get out to that next week. It's actually going to go tomorrow, but it's going to be raining pretty heavy. I want to get there on a sunny day and kind of catch up, see the activities and the kids as well. All right, RFQ 2026-02. So here's my snippet for the working group. Hudson is seeking a long-term technology partner capable of delivering a comprehensive ERP, enterprise resource planning software platform, implementation services, project management, data migration, system configuration, training, testing, and ongoing support, demonstrating municipal experience. Successful customer implementations, product innovation, and commitment to customer service will be important factors in the evaluation process. That comes right out of the RFQ. The question and answer period is over. I'll be posting the answers to the questions. I got about 10 or 11 questions. Those will go up Friday. We may push it back a week because that was one of the requests. I don't think that's a heavy lift. I think we can do it. The group actually padded the schedule anyways, and we'll still be before this board with the selection, maybe not the 13th, but the second meeting in October, at which time we'll move forward. I did address the Budget Committee a little bit on this as well the other night when I met with them last week. Kevin Walsh is on the committee as well, and I know he's been speaking with them. So looking forward to this. I think it's been a long time coming, and like I said, the heavy lifting will start for the group once these come in, because the evaluation is not going to be easy. Old Home Days, August 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, coming up. So we're excited. The town did a great job. I got a chance to go out there last year. There was a rumor going around that the town administrator might be in the dunk tank. I don't know if I can clarify those rumors. You'll have to stay tuned and maybe ask some other folks what day that might be, but.
I heard it was the pie throwing booth, but
Oh,
I
well,
heard
we'll
wrong,
see.
apparently.
I'm sure, if people are throwing stuff at me, I'm sure whatever that might be, then that makes sense, but looking forward to it. Selectman Jacoby mentioned this, great day, great weather, good turnout. The actual monuments, they look beautiful, by the way. The picture doesn't really do it justice because these things are big. DPW did a great job, and Roger Pellerin, obviously, he's getting the certificate of appreciation there, and it was just a really good day. A lot of good folks turned out. As Selectman Jacoby also mentioned, here's some of the construction being done for the new bridge. This is early on. They actually have these footings in place now, and it's been cleaned up. But they've done it. DPW's done a great job down here. This is the area of concern that you heard from Benson Park Advisory Committee. This was all overgrown brush. You could actually, you couldn't even see this car. You couldn't see the fence. So DPW, for starters, low-hanging fruit, has cleared this, and they're also fixing the parking lot down here that has washed out and has caused issues. So
I believe it's done.
yeah, I think so. So they've done a lot of stuff over there. So kudos to them. And I know that I did walk the park a little bit with Director Twardowski as well. Looking at some other things that I think will come back to this board, given that we did amend the actual CRF language and some things that need to be done in the park. So it'll be a busy year over there, I think, right up until the snow flies.
And I just want to add one thing to that because I really appreciate it. We heard at the last meeting that there was some concerns. The board gave some direction, and staff, along with yourself, implemented that within no time. So I just want to say thank you very much to everybody for doing that.
Yeah, that looks great.
And can I just say that Director Turdowski did go to the advisory committee meeting and did a great presentation on all of it, and that was really well done.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, speaking of old home days, now being a Massachusetts native, although I have been up here since 2002, so that I'm not at the halfway point where I've been more New Hampshire than Massachusetts. But anyways, old home days, wherever you went in New Hampshire, there's old home days, and didn't know much about it. And now that I'm here, obviously, in my hometown, they just did a one-day event. They do it different here, obviously, which is fantastic. But this is a tradition that goes way back, started by Governor Frank West Rollins. People were leaving New Hampshire. Can you imagine that, Chairman Dillon? Now they can't stop coming here. And this was a way to kind of bring everyone home and celebrate your families and everything else. So, and it's stuck ever since. So that's pretty amazing.
Everybody loves a family reunion.
18, yeah.
You get to see your crazy uncle, it's
And
a
then
lot
you
of
get to
fun.
leave them.
Yeah, but it's pretty amazing. A tradition that started in 1899. That's awesome. So looking forward to this year as well. Speaking of folks, we honored two tonight, and what's fun, when you look at this, you look at it. So here's Mark Otto McStravick, 20 years. Even Chief Kao, 24 years. Dan Clark Sr., 31 years, and Colleen was here tonight, I believe, as well, 21 years. So a lot of seniority. Even Deputy Chief McElhenney, 19. He'll be 20 years next year. So you can see the longevity in the town, which is great, and then you can also see the influx of new folks as well went through it. So July's a big month. This is probably our biggest month as far as recognizing employees and when they started. So congratulations to them, and we certainly respect everything they do for the community. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Ms. Cook, what do you have for us tonight?
Yes, so the school board had pushed back our July meeting, so we actually met last night. We start off the meeting by having a public hearing for the unanticipated revenue, and the board voted in favor of retaining that unanticipated revenue that the district incurred during the last school year. The district discussed rolling out, the board discussed rolling out a dashboard for the purpose of tracking school bus routes. There was some issues last year with that. And the other option was to utilize an app that is actually provided by First Students. So the options are we could have a dashboard where the district informs parents if a bus is running late, or we could have an app available to families where they can see the bus being tracked in real time. And the board at this time decided to do a more conservative approach by using a dashboard, so the district will communicate any delays with that. And then lastly, we did discuss the ongoing food service deficit, and the board decided to not raise meal prices at this time. But prices are set to increase, however, in August, but this was from a decision that stemmed last February. Other than that, the Exploration STEM Camp is wrapping up, always a huge hit in town. And as mentioned, National Night Out is August 4th, and the school board will be attending. So stop by and say hello.
Thank you very much. All right, any other comments from board members? No? All right, we have motions that were made during our non-public session. Will be the next order of business. I will look to Mr. Sorensen for the first motion.
All right, thank you. Session 1, the motion that was made to direct the town administrator to communicate with any and all employees directly impacted with the reorganization within development services, including finalizing all aspects related to position titles, job descriptions, and salaries thereof. Moreover, with the respective collective bargaining units to be effectuated through the signatory of the chairman of the Board of Selectmen upon Board of Selectmen approval.
So moved.
Moved by Selectman Jacoby, seconded by Selectman Vergaropoulos. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. That's it.
Session 2, motion to be made to accept the resignation of part-time maintenance employee Dwayne Duran with an effective date of July 31, 2026 at 1,500 hours as recommended by the police chief.
So moved.
Moved by Selectman Jacoby,
Second.
Seconded by Selectman Vergaropoulos. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Session 3, motion to be made to accept the resignation of Officer Matthew Blazon with an effective date of August 7th, 2026 at 1500 hours as recommended by the police chief.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Selectman Vergaropoulos, seconded by Selectman Jacoby. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. That takes care of our business. Everyone's favorite motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Selectman Vergaropoulos makes a motion, seconded by
I
Selectman
didn't have enough
Jacoby.
motion, so you had to give it to me.
I never make that one.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 3-0. We are out at 8:25. Thank you very much.
Boom.
Thank you.